All right, what's going on, guys? It's pretty bleak tonight as far as sports betting goes. There's no cage warriors. There's nothing pretty much at all. Most of the horse racing is over, all of that. So here we are betting Nicaraguan soccer, and I see there's already been one goal. We're looking at three games right now. I see there's already been one goal. Jalap Jalapa has scored. So I'm just gonna we'll throw up what my picks were. There's some picks going across the screen here as well. So the big parlay. Forgive me on the pronunciations here, but I have Ferretti, and that's the team that just got scored on, and then also them on the Asian handicap minus a quarter, and then the over 2.25 in Jalapa, as well as the both teams to score. So we're kind of off to a good start as one team has already scored, and then this forgive me, Deary Engine, and then also a Stelly. That is the parlay. Uh, and then there's some other stuff we're going to be looking at besides this. So yeah, uh, what are you thinking? Welcome, AM. How's it going?
I'm good. It's been pretty bleak, as you said, with the coronavirus going around. Not much sports going on. So this is what we got to resort to.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I tweeted out some of these plays, most of them at about 8:30. So if you tailed any of them, like I said, with that over, the over in this Jalapa and Ferretti match, and then the both teams to score. So we're off to a good start, at least with that. And then we got this parlay, Deary Engine and Real Esteli. Uh, one team, they were about a minus 200 coming into this. They've since dropped to the minus 150. So we'll keep an eye on that. We might be able, and now it's up to minus 163, back to minus 150. So we'll keep an eye on that as that match goes on. And then also, I'm going to try to find an actual stream besides just this the momentum chart. Although beggars can't be choosers, but we got three games here. We might be able to make some little bit of coin off these. These three matches too are happening behind closed doors, so at least it's not complete nonsense, but it is what it is. So
Well,
yeah, we got.
behind the closed doors, it can always be a change of energy, change of momentum. From what I
Oh
saw in the
yeah,
Turkish league in the last week, it was pretty boring, like 0-0 between Galatasaray. I think it was Besiktas. It was just not there's not energy. It doesn't get the teams going, and then nothing really happens. Nobody makes plays.
yeah, and the thing about it too is it's so slow paced, right? Like you can
Exactly.
you can slow the game down so much, and the fans aren't gonna start, booing or anything like that. It's a totally different environment. You know, some teams are, some teams are likely, um, are used to it because they've played behind closed doors because of different reasons. But South America, really rare that they would be, told like, to face as a punishment to have to play behind closed doors. It's kind of like the Wild West
Yeah.
out there, not like how it is in Europe. But I did notice, some teams like even PSG, they've had to play behind closed doors before, and you could tell they were they were ready for it. And then other teams like we saw in Europa League, it just throws them off. It's a completely different game.
Exactly. Like a lot of teams, they've played behind closed doors, I guess, for fan bans. If you get a little too rowdy out in the stands, then they'll just ban the rivalry altogether because sometimes it gets bad where fights break out and people want to kill each other, go crazy over their soccer.
Yeah, not to say that people don't go crazy over it in Argentina and South America and stuff like that,
I think
but
they're less restrictive. I think that's what it is. They don't care
yeah,
as much.
it's mob rule down there.
Yeah, but there are rare cases. I think in one, it was River Plate and another game I was looking at before they all got postponed. They usually don't allow fans anyway because in the past the rivalry has been so bad that I guess maybe some people have got shot. I don't know, but that's why they were ready to play that game, but I think it got canceled anyway.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of games, a lot of games that has happened where they weren't going to have fans anyways, but now they're absolutely not going to. But I don't know. All I know about this Nicaraguan league, based on what I've looked at for the past 2 hours, is that they've played 9 games so far, and half of them have been played behind closed doors.
Mm,
And Nicaragua doesn't have many cases of the virus, so they're just playing on,
yeah,
kind of like how Australia is, but not even
I
close.
love
They're not even.
Australia.
Yeah, but yeah, this isn't even close though. Nicaragua compared to Australia, it's not even close.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying I love Australia. Just, they're staying open, they're going hard. You got soccer, the football league just started. They even got rugby if you're into that. I mean, I'm not. I played it, but I don't really understand watching it. I didn't really
Yeah,
understand playing it either, but
yeah. If I understood rugby, I would definitely be into it big time. But
yeah, but
I'm only now, yeah, I'm only now getting into Aussie rules, and I'm only just really
yeah,
slowly understanding it. But
that's what
you
I'm
know, I
trying to get into.
yeah, it's a good sport. But there's some A League games as well.
Oh,
Not
actually,
tonight, but tomorrow night.
this morning it was interesting because I was looking at the match beforehand and I was going to play Western Sydney Wanderers double chance, but then I totally fell asleep and didn't place the bet. I woke up this morning and I saw it was 1-0 Sydney around like the 60th minute. And so I waited a bit, watched the game, and I saw, man, Western Sydney is dominating. They're going to score. So fuck it. I waited until it was about like plus 400, put the bet in, and what do you know? In around like the 84th minute, I think they tied, or 82nd or something like that, 1-1. That was the final score. That was nice. My only bet of like the week, I believe.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of crazy comebacks in Australian soccer. Teams are never out of it. It's
Yeah.
uh, it's it's a, it's a lot like MLS. There's just
You never trust the
a lot
road
of
team too.
comebacks. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially if they get scored on early, they're never out of it. Never, ever, ever. And it doesn't even matter if the bottom team on the table, they're still they can still come back.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, anyways, we have this Jalapa team is up 1-0, but they're minus 150. So that kind of a value play. But I look at that, I see that the odds, they think that there's going to be goals in this. Uh, I'm on Ferretti, but if I was just coming to the table now, I would kind of look at that, and they're up 1-0 already, and they're the home side. So it's interesting at minus 150. But yeah, and then also if you look at that next goal, you can definitely see there because Ferretti is minus 120 to score the next goal. So it makes sense that this Jalapa team is minus 150 on the money line. And then this Real Esteli team -400. They closed at about -550. So this team, Real Madrid's
I
FC,
know, I saw that.
has they're about, yeah, they have a lot of like there's a lot of homage teams. Like they have, tomorrow in this league, there's a team that's like a Juventude
I saw
team.
that.
So
I saw that too. I was like, what? Just copying names.
yeah, they do that. A lot of teams do that. You'll see a lot of Juventude or uh, Barcelona or stuff
Mm.
like that in
Actually,
Chile and things.
one thing I've been trying to get into, I noticed the Belarusian league has just started.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about what's going on. Their
Eh,
hockey league is still going
oh,
with
that's good.
fans.
That's good. You know what? Well, not good in that sense, but you know what? Good for us betters, I guess, because I'm gonna start getting into the Belarus, the soccer, see if I can master the Premier League there.
Yeah, and then KHL is coming back in a couple days,
Oh,
so
that's
we'll have
good.
some coverage on that.
See,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know how they're
interesting
going to
how
operate
Putin
it.
does it. I like how every other league is like, oh, they want to back out. I guess we should have a talk about this. But Putin's like, okay, you guys want to not play? That's fine with me. You guys are out. Let's get some fresh legs in here. Let's go. Next.
Yeah, it's wild, really
Uh,
wild. I can't believe that they did
I know.
that.
I know. Gotta love his antics sometimes. Just makes you wonder. Well, it really
Yeah,
looks like this Esteli team is just dominating. Even looking at them live right now, they're like -600. They got 70% of the possession.
yeah, I see
Absolutely just.
-800 here.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're just crushing. Like it's going up and they haven't even scored yet. Well, that would be a team if it stays 0-0 long enough. I doubt it will, but that's definitely a team to look into live betting. I don't think that pace of play is going to change. They look too
Yeah,
powerful. And at home, oh,
you couldn't really. Yeah, they're at home, but there's nobody there. um,
that's right. I totally forgot about that. My gosh.
Um, I was gonna say something that I always look at in these leagues, but you couldn't bet it. It was kind of a limited board. Is the first half draw? So that might be something.
I was
You
even
know,
going to say, what's their line on the first half money line? Because they'll probably score soon.
first half money line -150.
Ooh, yeah. Don't know how I feel about that.
Here comes this Real Madrid's team, dangerous attack.
And you know what? Actually, this is a game where you kind of hope. Hold on, who's Esteli playing again? They're playing Madrid, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like bottom of the table.
This is a team. This is a game where you kind of hope Madrid gets an early fluke goal,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
then it drops the odds, and you can get Esteli at least a decent price. Because they'll probably come back to win the game, something like 3-4-1.
Yes.
Might be all in the 60th minute, but
Yeah, exactly. Madrid's 0.89 goals per game over 9 games, 1.33 goals against per game. And then Esteli, top of the table, 1.78 goals per game
yeah.
and 0.67 goals against. So there's a reason why they're -800 as this game goes on, not the other way around.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm starting to think this Din Edge, I totally butchering these names.
Oh yeah, I have
Dinanjan
no
and
idea what any of them.
Deportivo Ocatol. I'm looking at maybe a draw in that one. Just based on the way it's going right now, looks pretty even. Both teams are getting some chances in there. Could be maybe a 1-1
Yeah,
game.
I got um Deary and -1 and in a parlay, but I'm not
Yeah, I
against
saw
that
that.
idea. I'm not against that idea for sure.
It's just you never know, right? Like so many times I've seen in the past week in these random leagues. Like the other day, I was watching the Belarus league because I never, I'm not going to bet. I think it's literally their first week. I think it's match day 1. So, because some of the teams still have 0 points. So, or they're 0-0. So, I was looking at the games and I said, okay, I'm gonna make a note of this because I noted the one team that was -400 and then the other one that was like -163. And I say, I want to see what would have happened if I parlayed those two favorites, not knowing anything about the sport. Both of those favorites lost the game, not even draw. They lost at home. I guess there wasn't fans there. I didn't know that at the time, but still, they like a -400 favorite lost like 2-1, I think, or something like that. But yeah, I made a note of that. I said interesting. So clearly, not even Vegas understands the Belarus League in week 1.
Yeah, that's not shocking, especially with all of this stuff going on. You have so many guys paying attention to not a whole lot of stuff, right?
Belarus.
There's very there's very little on the board, so it's going to be it's going to, especially when these events go on slowly.
Yeah.
Like I said tonight, I was gonna do that Canelo Triple G part 2, but then I looked and I was like, oh, there's like a whole slate of these Nicaraguan soccer games going
Gotta
on,
get
so
on
let's just
that.
do that. Yeah,
Actually.
I bet very small on all of these, but it's
Oh
still
yeah.
some action. The model that I use is the same model that I use for a lot of the South American leagues like Bolivia and stuff like that. So it's successful. So I mean, I'm not I'm not I know nothing about any of these teams, but it's just the model that I'm using. It's successful, so might as well just apply it to the only league
No,
running.
exactly, right? Might as well. You got the system there in place.
So Esteli still hasn't scored. We got an injury, Real injury.
Oh,
Still trying to find a stream. It'd be nice if I could actually see this. That's the game I'm
yeah.
most interested in. I think that's the game with the most value betting live.
Yeah, Stelly
Is
for
Steli,
sure.
yeah.
I totally agree. There's a lot you could play. We could play the corner market. Me and Nilo, great, great guy. Um, we like to play the corner markets in Turkey. It's really fun. I know what
Yeah,
teams go over. They tend to all go the same. There's certain teams like Kiker Rizespor and Talyaspor, they average like 3-4 corners a game, but there's other teams that are high octane like Istanbul, Basaksehir, or you got uh well, not even Galatasaray at home can do it. They average more like a 7-8. Sivaspor does for sure, more like 7-8 corners. So it's easy to factor in.
yeah, I like betting corners in international play, just because I find that there's a lot of more desperation. It's
Yeah,
every game counts so much. So teams, you see teams that would rather just clear the ball out than
exactly. Just kick
if
it
they were playing.
wildly out.
Yeah, if they were playing in their in their club team, they would probably try to generate some type of defensive game plan out of
Yeah,
a situation like that. But it's when you're in the World Cup or when you're in the Euro Cup or anything like that, all the games matter so much more in such a smaller amount of time. So you'll see so many corners. I just Croatia, Russia, those are teams that were a lot of that. Even France, just
Yeah.
and even Portugal too, just kicking it out and just just regrouping off the corner.
Yeah. Makes sense because, like you said, every game is important. If you slip up, it makes the next match that much more difficult.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a shame that we won't see that the Euro Cup
I
this
know.
year, but it is
Looking
what it
forward to
is.
that. I really crushed with the Euro qualifiers too. Probably my biggest strength is the
Yeah,
international.
well, for same for me, international soccer, and I when I last in 2018 betting the World Cup, I was just on an absolute heater. Like it was just just insane, crazy upsets and
Oh yeah.
parlays and just wild. I was just on a run that, it was basically how I was able to start, fully on a regular basis making money sports betting was after getting over that hump in the World Cup. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Especially like that was about the same time that they started bringing out those bet builders and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
the bet builders are so great.
you could bet like one team to score in the like one a goal will be scored in the first half and a goal will be scored in the second half, but it will be the game total will be under 4 or stuff like that, or like game total will be under 4 and both teams will pick up a card and the total will be over 7.5 corners.
Oh, I
What I
know,
mean?
man. I love the bet builder on Bet365. I use it a lot in Turkey. I actually used it in Champions League in those last matches before they canceled it. I had one bet builder. It was so close to cashing. It was on the Atalanta Valencia game, leg two. Oh my
Yeah,
God. So it was crazy. I had Valencia double chance, draw or win. Then I had over 2.5 goals, both teams to score. And I had, it was more goals scored in the second half.
yeah, that's always a good
So
one.
So 2-1 at halftime. I already got my both teams to score in over 2.5, but I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, I need 4 goals in the second half. That's not happening. And I was at work at the time. So when I checked my phone, it was about the 80th minute. I saw it was 3-3. I was like, oh my God, I need one more goal. But the thing was I had Valencia double chance. So I said, oh my God, I can't have the draw here. I need Valencia to win in this last 10 minutes. I go and check my phone 10 minutes later. I got the goal, but not from Valencia, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they pulled ahead. They pulled ahead late there. That was another game with no fans, right? And the momentum
Yeah,
was just, yeah,
but
it was
still
wild.
4-3, that was wacky. But then again, Atalanta, I call them the baseball team of soccer because they seem to win games 7-2 actually 3 times by that exact score in Serie A this year. So like they're whack. They score like 5+ goals a game if you're junk.
Yeah, well, they're the type of team that they're like kind of like Ajax, where they have everything is based on. You look at Ajax last year in their domestic league, they were scoring like 6-1, 6-0, six
Yeah.
one, just destroying teams. Not as much so this year, but yeah,
But
a
that's the
lot of
thing.
teams.
Both of those two teams, like not really a single superstar, but just solid role players that make up the midfield.
Yeah, and good tactics, really good
Exactly.
tactics.
They know how to control the midfield. And really that's how you win soccer. You control the midfield, you control the game.
Well, and you also, if you control the midfield, you have such a chance to come back. You know what I mean? Like you
Exactly,
have,
right? Like you can exploit the defense, set up more plays.
yeah,
Solid
it's
midfield can win games too. You don't always, but always having a good striker, you do need one to finish the job. I believe, at least. Midfield can only
yeah,
do
and
so
also
much.
it also depends what league too, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
you could
Every
have
league style is
no
different.
you could have no striker in the EPL and still manage to, somewhat serviceable, you know what I mean? Be able
I
to win.
personally believe like every team in the EPL is dust on some kind of level, except Liverpool. But like everybody under Liverpool, even Man City, I think at this point, like Man City used to be good, but I think at this point, any team that's not Liverpool could get dusted by any international team or European.
Well,
Anyway.
it depends.
Well,
I don't
not
know. It
obviously
depends
not the
though.
dust ones, but I'm talking about like take a solid team. Like I think personally, I think Istanbul Basaksehir is the best team in Turkey. I think they have a solid chance against anybody in the Premier League. Maybe not Man City, but like they could take down Chelsea. Chelsea on an off day. Chelsea on an off day will lose to Norwich.
Yeah, what do you think about like if Wolves ever played like Barcelona?
I
I
think
think Wolves would be able to just grind them
I think
and keep it,
Barcelona would
maybe lose.
eat them, but I think Barcelona wouldn't take the game seriously, so it'd give the Wolves a chance to sneak in there and maybe draw.
Yeah, that's the thing about soccer is
You
you
have
have
to
to
take
handicap the arrogance.
like when Ronaldo comes out and says, "Yeah, we don't care about Sassuolo or any teams like that. Screw them. They suck." And then they tie them 2-2. Like, way to go.
Should have jumped on that first half draw in this Esteli game when we had the chance.
Ah,
Minus 125 now.
I mean, it's still not a bad price, but it's not a price you want to pay when you could have got it for better.
I would have much preferred, plus money.
Exactly.
First half draw now in this other Deportivo Ocotal game minus 275. So the boat is gone on that one. But the full game draw plus 160 and this Deary Engine team plus 140. So very shortly, the draw will be the favorite.
Very soon. Let's see here. So we're about 30 minutes into the games here. And what do we got? We got, all right, so the draw has gone down, but the first half money line is plus 138. And at the way they're playing, first of all, they're just dominating them in attacks and possession, but also in the shot area and in the shot area. So I don't know. Maybe Esteli can pull it out first half, but it's so hard to gauge because even those teams that end up like dominating with 70% for a whole game sometimes don't even win. Soccer is really weird like that.
Oh, there it is. Well, that would have been nice. Now they're minus 2,800 first half money line.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so now maybe it'd be nice if there was a first half double chance. Oh, there is. First half Asian. Oh, it's not that good though. Halftime correct score plus 375.
Well, there you go. Esteli first half. Hmm.
I have a feeling one of these two teams is going to score before halftime. Uh,
Wait, so,
Okatal or Deary Engine.
yeah, you think? Let me take a look at this game. I like I was so focused on Esteli, but now that game's done. They're not letting go of that lead. No way. I would be shocked if they lost that lead.
No, I think they might crush them. It might be 3-0.
That's what I'm saying. Like they might absolutely. Once that's the thing. Like, yeah, sometimes there's just scenarios where a team can dominate with 70% for a whole game and not score. But there's also those scenarios where once they score, they're not letting go of that lead. It's just gonna get
Yeah.
worse. Ooh, it looks like the Nanjing is starting to dominate a bit, but man, they're not getting any shots, and that's what bothers me. Like Deportivo Acatal might win on one of those fluke goals.
Yeah, they keep. Oh, there's another shot on target. They keep just coming back every so often and shooting, whereas Derangen is trying to get that set up, that play.
Yeah. Camera malfunction. Whoops. Yeah, I definitely think see, like I don't want to say Denanjin, they're playing more controlled. They definitely have more control over the game and the pace, but like I feel like Akatal might win it on a fluke because they're just getting way more shots, and shots are what produces results, not possession.
Yeah, the draw is now favored uh, in this one at plus 150.
Yeah,
But
and this was the game I said might draw, but I don't think it's gonna draw now. I think someone's likely to win it.
I'm kind of also looking at this over 1.5, the over 1.5 at plus 120 right now, and that might be a good look.
Yeah. Could end up being like a 2-1 game. See, I think the markets kind of agree with me because the double chance they have, the favored double chances, one of them to score, Denanjin or Akatal to win the game. So
Yeah.
they definitely think somebody's gonna win it, not draw. Or maybe they're just covering their ass. But
No, that's a good line indicator for sure that they think that somebody's going to score. Just like how in this other game, Ferretti and Jalapa, um, we're looking at,
I
so
think
Ferretti is still favored to score the next goal.
this is the draw. I think this game draws Jalapa and Ferretti. Maybe play Ferretti to score the next goal.
I'll look at so Ferretti 1.56 goals per game and 1 goal against per game, and then Jalapa 1 goal forward per game and 1.1 goal against per game.
Jalapa just got a yellow card, but Ferretti's got 3. Did they score on a free kick? I think they did.
Jalapa?
No, it wasn't a free kick. I don't think it was a free kick. Never mind.
I don't know what it was. It was before we even came on. It was like
I'm looking
4
at the
minutes into the
positioning.
game.
It was scored just like on the line of the 18-yard box. I thought it was maybe a free kick, but no.
As of right now, Ferretti looks like they're at least controlling it more.
Oh, I think they'll definitely score the next goal, and I think plus 150 is a decent price to get that at. But that might go up. Is it plus 1? No, what is it? Yeah, it's still plus 150. I think this game is going to draw. And if Jalapa goes up 2-0, I don't see how that pans out. But I don't see Jalapa winning this game because, like we said, the away and home factor is not really a factor if there's no fans in the building. So Ferretti's really got the only thing they have against them is they're in an unfamiliar stadium, if you even want to call it unfamiliar. I don't know how often these teams play each other, but just unfamiliar change rooms and unfamiliar field is the only difference.
Yeah, but it's not like they're in Europe. They're in, it's not that big of a country.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like that's why these teams have probably played each other so much. Is it really unfamiliar?
I was looking, the 2.5 was at plus like plus 225, and now it's dropped down to 1.5 minus 250.
Yeah, I see that.
Might be a good parlay piece.
Yeah, definitely. I think because 100% somebody's going to score. Somebody's scoring another goal. Maybe should we take a little look? Actually, we'll save it for halftime. It'll give us something to do at halftime. We should look at the Belarus League when these games hit half.
Yeah.
There's 2 games tomorrow, I think. It's early, yeah. bright and early, 7 in the morning.
7 in the morning, yeah.
But I think the markets have learned from their mistake because they don't really have a clear favorite in these games.
They're not. They're playing with fans as well, right?
Oh, are they? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Belarus, they don't give a shit. Good for them.
Yeah, that's gonna change.
Oh, 100%. But let them have their fun. It's match day 1. Ooh, the Hong Kong Cup. I guess they figure, we contained it. We can do whatever. Hong Kong's not really China, though. It's a separate state.
Yeah, that'll likely also be no fans.
Yeah, but it's still location. It's not the same. I don't believe there's no new cases there, but whatever.
In Hong Kong, I imagine there is.
Well, no, I'm talking just in China. Like, they say there's no new cases, but that seems physically impossible.
Yeah, that's definitely not. I don't think that would be accurate.
Yeah, no matter how contained they have it, like there's got to be like 1 or 2. Even the doctors treating people, like that's absurd. Not a single new case from the source. Whatever though.
Okay, so now with Jalapa here, that over 1.5 is minus 225 now, so it's going down.
Someone just got injured for Jalapa.
So if that gets down to, I don't know, we'll watch that. my price would probably be minus 150 because there's going to be another goal. I think,
for sure. I definitely agree with you. That's something to look at, the 1.5 there. Because even if it comes from Jalapa, it doesn't really matter.
There's also the 2 on the Asian line, over 2 at plus 102. I'm seeing right now as well.
Hold on. Nicaragua's in South America, right?
It's in Central America.
Central America? I'm totally starting to think it's Jalapa.
Jalapa. Oh yeah, it absolutely is.
Cause that's like we're calling it jalapeno.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Jalapa.
It just hit me now. I was way too big to realize.
Yeah, Halapa.
Halapa. Either that or Yalapa, but I don't think they're not Finnish, so. Halapa.
All right, so it's at minus 200 now. So it's going to drop significantly. They're starting to
Oh,
slowly build up.
100%. It's almost halftime too, so we're just
That
waiting for
over
those.
that over 2 is plus 107 now. But,
Yeah.
it's not risky. It's just I would rather pay a little bit for that assurance of just one goal being the winner.
Oh yeah, it's gonna cash for sure. There's gotta be another goal in this game.
All right, so there's halftime in that game. Now we're looking at Deportivo Ocotal.
Ooh, Denanjan's putting something together here. It's still not a lot of shots on the board. But they're still controlling the pace. I would look at over and hold on. Let me find it. Maybe you can find it. Oh no, I can find it.
Over
Actually,
one
no,
and
I
a half.
can't.
Over 1.5 is plus 162 in this game.
What do we got for corners? What's the line on the corners? We have a corners line?
No, unfortunately, there is no corners.
Yeah,
Not a big enough of a game, I
I
guess.
was gonna say it's Nicaraguan league.
Although I'll see if on one of these other sites. Yeah, I have corners on. Oh no, I don't. Only in the Esteli game, I have corners.
Okay, well, for the record, if Octal goes over 9.5 corners or even 10.5, it's happening. It's definitely happening.
All right, Esteli is the only game that's left in the first half with about 2 minutes left. I guess the game started a little bit later than the other two. So it's now the over in this one. I bet this game under 3 to start, and I like where I'm sitting right now.
Well, for a team that has so much control over the game, they're really not getting a lot of results.
Yeah, I bet under 3 at minus 105, and then both teams to score no at minus 130.
Oh, there's no way that other team is scoring now that it's 1-0. For them to score, it would literally have to be 3 or 4-0 late in the game where they to the point where they've taken the foot off the gas pedal, not where they're still scoring goals late in the game.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, they just keep pouring it on. But every once in a while, I've been watching this. Every once in a while, Madrid's gets a bit of a break, and they uh, matriculate down the field and get maybe one dangerous attack or something along those lines.
That tells me they generate, I guess, most of their chances from the counterattack, which is effective,
Well,
depending.
It's effective when you have teams that could finish, but
Yeah. Like, I don't know how effective their counterattack is. Maybe they're just getting down the field and not producing, but I don't know. Not really watching the game. I'm only watching the little
tracker.
Yeah, the little tracker there. Can't really watch them run around on the field.
I'm still trying to find a stream.
Yeah. Well,
There is,
honestly, who's showing Nicaraguan soccer?
I don't know. There's probably some Fox, some channels probably has it on
Yeah,
TV.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't blame
This
you. Who's
the
gonna
stream
find
that
that stuff?
there is a stream for it. I can see it. It's just for some reason it's not playing on
Ah,
my computer, which is annoying.
I'm just thankful for Russia and Australia.
Yeah, Belarus tomorrow as well. What do you think
Actually,
about those games?
oh yeah, the Belarus. Let's look at that. Let's take a look. What were the games? I gotta go check out those games. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know much about these teams, but Minsk, FC Minsk, that's actually a team I somewhat know about. And I know they're actually a pretty good team. And you said these games are with fans, right?
Yeah. There's no. It looks like there's no restrictions.
Yeah, so that definitely is going to play a factor. I don't know how they're going to respond on the road in the first match of the season. Is it their first, actually? Or have they played?
Let me check.
Yeah, is this match day 2 for them? Because that looks familiar.
No, it's not.
It's match day 1.
It's match day one. Yeah.
All right. Something about Minsk rings a bell.
There's a whole bunch of Minsk teams.
I was going to say maybe I'm thinking of one in a different country, but
The highest one is, I guess FC or no Dynamo Minsk. I think
oh,
they're the team that's been they've been in Champions League qualifying and
yeah, that's a Russian team.
no Belarusian.
Oh, Belarus. Oh, Dynamo Minsk. That was probably the one that I was thinking of. I probably watched them play the other day because I was
Yeah,
following those
they played and
matches.
lost
That
earlier.
was the one. That was the minus 400 favorite, I think. Or they were the minus like 180 favorite, but still, that was one of the favorites that lost. They were at home.
Yeah, they lost, and then
Yeah.
Brest Brest was a minus 400 favorite, and they tied.
Oh, okay. So they did draw. My bad. I
And
thought they
then
had lost.
there was another team, Zodino won as a plus 800 dog on the
Oh,
road.
see, this is what I mean, right? And now you can even see that the Vegas has responded because, like, what
And
do we
then
got? We got a plus 130 favorite and a plus 150 favorite.
Bait lost on the road as like a minus 450 dog, or sorry, minus 450 favorite on the road
That's
to
bad.
a plus 480, or sorry, a plus 850 underdog
See, this
at
is why
home.
I'm kind of thinking FC Minsk is going to take a topple here on the road. I might look for I don't even want to try to pronounce that name. Let's call him Double B. I'm definitely going to be looking at Double B to take down FC Minsk.
Belshina,
Yeah,
you want to make that? We'll
but
put that
but
at,
Druisk.
we'll put that as an official play on the old account.
Let's see. Well, I don't really know much about it. Make it like a half unit. Can we do half unit plays?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's make it like a half unit. This is not a strong play. I know nothing about the league as of yet. We will be researching this league hard once it starts getting some games. And like I said, I've been watching match day one. Not gonna be
Yeah.
not gonna be betting heavy on match day one
Oh,
in a league
exactly.
that I've never heard about. Or well,
Yeah, this
not heard about, but
the same thing goes for these games tonight. Every bet that I made was like a fourth of a unit, so
yeah.
1%. Where I usually am betting like 2.5% per unit, but this was 0.4%, 0.4, a fourth of a unit. So scaling back big time until you know what you're betting. You know,
Yeah. Actually, did you already put it in the system?
Belshina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
sir.
fine. That's fine. I was gonna say make it a quarter unit, but a half unit's fine. It's whatever. And you know what? We'll do another half unit. Let's take a draw in the FC. What is that? Slots?
Slots, sleuts, sleuts,
Sluts? Like I was gonna say, does that say sluts or am I seeing things?
slutsk, slutsk.
Slutsk, FC Slutsk. Actually, I kind of want to take FC Slutsk just because of the name. Fuck it, let's take a shot on FC Slutsk. Definitely gonna take a shot on FC Slutsk. Let's go Slutsk. Gotta take the Slutsk.
Plus 156 is the best line on sleuts.
Let's do half unit on that one too, just a half. We're not going crazy here. It's Belarusian soccer.
Yeah, they're probably all going to have coronavirus by the time.
Oh, 100%. Next week, you're going to be hearing, oh, the
Yeah.
Belarus Soccer League is postponed. And I'm going to say, well, thank God I watched match day one.
Yeah, it's not a giant surprise. All right, so now we got all three of these games at halftime. They're probably going to be coming out at half very shortly. Um, let's see here. Okay, so the draw in this Deer Engine game plus 125. Now the
I don't know.
favorite line.
I don't know if it's going to draw. Give me the draw in Jalapa or Jalapa, Halapa, and Ferrati. I'll take the draw there.
You know what? You could also get Ferrari or draw at plus 175. I
Ooh,
guess it'd be, I don't know, it would be pretty crazy if Ferretti comes back and wins 2-1. Although
I was
that
gonna
is the score. That's the score that my model put out was
see.
2-1 Ferrari.
I think you know what? I don't even know. Ferrati's not getting a lot of shots, which bothers me.
Yeah, no shots so far.
And the other team has one shot. Ooh, I don't know about this game now.
What you could do, oh, it's off now. You were able to get over half a goal. Oh yeah,
And
there it
then
is again. Over half a goal in Deer Engine, and then over half for a parlay plus 108 or what over 1.5. So in Deportivo Ocotal, over half a goal, so just one goal, and then one more goal in Jalapa and Ferretti
oh, I
parlay plus
see
108.
that. I like that actually. That's a really good parlay. I think there'll definitely be at least a goal for each game.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that. I don't have my
I'm gonna bet that too. I'm doing that right now.
I don't have my normal. Actually, maybe let's see.
Because again, that goes to the thing. Even Halapa could be the one to score the goal, but like, I don't know what's gonna happen in that game now.
Oh man, trying to get this bet in before it moves.
Is it buffering for you too?
No, it's just glitching out. My mouse is just glitching out.
I don't know. Mine's glitching out too. But mine's just buffering.
Okay, I got it in. I got it in on another site at minus 103 just because my Bet365 account, I just don't want to use it for this right now. So minus 103 for the over in Jalapa. So one more goal in that game and then one goal in Deportivo Ocotal. Parlay minus 103. You can get it at Bet365 at plus 108. So yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Kind of a square look to do things like that, but it works. So I do
Oh
that a
yeah.
lot of the I do that a lot of the time with hockey. You'll just bet if a team is up, 3-1 or something like that. Just bet them, and then another team, bet an over.
Oh
You
yeah.
can
That's
just
something I look into as well for soccer usually.
yeah, it's a good way to just get some. You get a big fat price on a decent amount of parlays uh, of just like tying games together, especially on like a Saturday afternoon when you have a whole bunch of different games going on. You can get some good plus money, with live betting.
No,
Oh,
100%.
a whole bunch of favorites. I mean, it's not the smartest.
Yeah.
If you're doing it recreationally and you're doing it like either if you're doing it recreationally, if you're doing it properly with like a legitimate size bankroll based on your edge, and every bet you have has a proper
Yeah.
bet size.
You gotta pick your spots too with it.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, stick to games that you know. Stick to
Yeah, like
games that you have eyes on as well.
I don't do it with NBA because how many times have we seen a team that's down and out come back from a 20-point deficit?
Yeah, I agree. I don't do it in NBA or even in football. It's kind of only just like a hockey or soccer thing. Even tennis, I've seen crazy swings come back.
Oh yeah. I hate that. Because I'll be like, oh, she dominated the first set. No problem. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, I've seen that happen numerous times as
all of a
well.
sudden I'm like, what? And then sometimes they even like, there was before they postponed everything, I think it was Zidansek. Somebody I think it was a German. I was watching the game because I had bet on them, and they destroyed the first set, like 6-1 or something like that, and they were winning. It was one of those battles in the second set where it was like 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, and she was winning the whole time. So I stopped watching, and it got to the point where she had the chance to win it because she was winning 5-4 and she had the advantage in a match. All she
Yeah,
needed
so
was
she
the
had
one
match point.
point and it was over. I checked back and she had lost the entire thing. Not only did she
Yeah.
not get that match point, she gave it back, let her tie it 5-5, lost that set 7-6, and then proceeded to lose the third set 6-0, like in dramatic
Yeah.
fashion. Like, what are you doing? You can't even win a game in the third set, just completely gassed out.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that happen as well, where I'm like, oh, this is about wrapped up, or like you see them win like 6-1, and then you stop watching, and then you look that they lost the next two sets six
Yeah.
zero 6-0.
And the thing is, you're staring at it and you're like, okay, well, I'm about to win this. And you look at the other person, and like when they're on the verge with that match point, the odds are something like plus 10,000, and you're like
Yeah.
crazy. Anybody who took that plus 10,000 is now laughing their asses off.
Yep.
Unbelievable. What are you gonna do?
So Ferretti had a dangerous free kick, and they weren't able to capitalize.
Oh,
So
come
now
on.
Jalapa has a corner attack here.
Mm-hmm. So I
That
did play that parlay, the over 0.5 and over 1.5 in the Denanjin and Halapa game, respectively.
Yeah, what number did you get? Plus 108?
Oh, it's 2-0 Halapa. I mean, that's not good for your Ferretti, but the parlay.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay, so now we just need a goal with Deportivo Ocatal.
Did they score on the corner?
No, they came way back. They came back down.
I think I got plus 125, but that's because I did it a little later than you. My thing wasn't buffering, and I literally had to exit out of, I had to close Bet365 and then re-log into it. It was a hassle.
Right.
It was just, you ever get that black ring where it just buffers?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I couldn't even scroll up or down. I was like, whatever, let's just conk it out. We'll come back and try again. By the time I got back, it was plus 125. And had that happened like 5 minutes later, I would have been screwed because now Halapa scored and it would have been like 2.5, I guess. All right, let's go to Nanjin. Somebody score. I feel like it will be. Oh, corner for Akatal.
Still trying to find the stream. Wasn't working on one of my browsers, so I'm going to try the other one. Might be able to put it on the screen if I put it on like smaller, so it's not full screen. But who knows?
Yeah, it's like We said it's Nicaraguan soccer. Is anybody showing it?
Yeah, I doubt we'll get a copyright error, like a copyright infringement warning if I put it up.
Oh, someone's gonna score. Is it Denanjan? No. I thought somebody was gonna score. I saw Denanjan on the attack, and then they took all the odds down. I was like, oh, is something happening?
Yeah, that's a dangerous life to live when you start living off those when the odds come off the board.
Well, I mean, can't watch the game, so I'll take my little bursts of excitement.
So the draw is now -105 favorite
Yeah, I see
on the
that.
three-way. But what's interesting is still the double chance both teams is now -125. So it's actually the favorite out of all of them. That one team will win this game.
Is it?
Yeah, Deer Engine or Deportivo Ocal -125. And then the draw is -110.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think I just have to give up on this stream.
On the stream right now?
No, I just mean on the like looking for the stream.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not happening. It's Nicaraguan soccer.
It's just making my shit freeze.
See, the markets, I've seen this so many times before. They have Alcatel at plus 350 to win the match, but I think they're probably the most likely outcome. Then again, Denanjan they look fierce on the attack, but they just pass it around. They're like the Leafs on the power play 10 years ago.
Thomas Cabriolet.
Yeah, like all pass, pass, pass. You want to shoot it? Like, passing doesn't score. Like, look at I see them. I saw already so many times I've seen them get deep into the box and then just pass it right back out. Like, they just did it again. Unbelievable.
Oh, I got it. I got it on my phone.
Oh my God, this stream. I like it. It's in Nicaraguan.
There's still people there.
They got to support the team.
There's still people in the stands.
Good for them. Good for Nicaragua.
All right, now that things have changed, now that we got now that I got the stream here, I knew I'd be able to get it. It was just not working on my laptop, I guess, because while I was doing the stream. But I got it on my cell phone here.
I'll be 1 second. I'm not going anywhere. Just going off camera.
It's funny. There's still people in the stands.
I thought they were empty stadiums.
It probably is, but I mean, nobody's gonna enforce it.
Nobody's enforcing the empty stadiums. What a place. Is Nicaragua like one giant purge?
No, it's pretty
I know.
it's pretty civil. It's like I think it borders Costa Rica. It's not a terrible place. I mean, I wouldn't want to live there as opposed to
Seriously.
Canada, but
I thought Costa Rica was an island.
I did too for a really long time as well, buddy, but it's not.
It's connected to something? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
Nicaragua is
I don't know if I can I don't know if I can it's connected to something.
yeah, it's in Central America.
I thought it was like just like a little island though. Like, like Bermuda.
So did I, but it's not. It's
That's crazy.
check. I did for a really long time as well, but it's not. Check a map. It's like
You
right in
learn
the middle of
something new
Central
every day.
America.
I knew San Jose was the capital.
Yeah, it's like right smack in the middle too. It's not. That's where like that's where like SBR is located. Oh, Real Esteli scored again.
Oh, of course they did. What's the time in that game? 60 minutes?
57 minutes. So
50. Oh, that's okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They score at a slower pace, apparently.
the Asian handicap. So this is interesting. The Asian handicap -1 is -116, and they're up 2-0.
-1 is 116. You're
Minus
actually joking.
no,
Can I make that an official play?
yeah, of course.
Let's do that.
You should also bet it.
I'm
Oh, it's
doing that right now, too.
now it's
Crazy.
minus 0.75. Minus 0.75 is -110.
What? Give me the 0.75. They're going to win this game by 3. Okay, I guess they're losing possession. They started with 70 plus. They're at 66. So it's slowly dialing back, but they're dominating.
Oh, okay, cash it. So Deer Engine just scored.
Oh, yes. I see. There you go. I was thinking Akatawa was going to win, and Denanjan pulls it out. That's why we don't trust those ones. Okay, let's go over to the Asian lines. I can get, yeah, you're right. 1.8 odds on that. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I would bet that right now.
100% I'm going to bet that. You'd be an idiot not to.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we're good. Put that one up on the board. We got that parlay
Yeah,
cash.
that was beautiful. Love that. I see that in my account right now. Very nice. Freya Esteli. Oh my God. Put your whole fucking mortgage. Sorry, I swore again. Put your whole mortgage on that game at 0.75. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I like that a lot. That might be a full unit play for me
Oh,
once I get my
I put a
stuff
full
done.
unit on that. I might even add another half unit. Like, I'm so confident in Esteli from what I've seen in that first half. I would be shocked. They have a corner kick right now. Like, I would be shocked if this game took a turnaround. Even if they, like, that's the thing. They'll take the 2-1, I guess, because 2-1 half pushes, but whatever. Doesn't lose.
I think it's honestly might be might be like a line error. I think it's a line error because I'm looking at my other book and they have it. They have the line like the even line is -2.25, and that's at minus. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's an error. That's an error for sure.
Is it an error, or is Bet365 weird in the way that like they say Asian handicap 2-0? Does that mean from this point?
Uh,
Do they have to win 3-0?
I don't
Is it
think so.
is it from the 2-0 point? Because I'm looking at my bet and it even has the 2-0 in brackets. Yeah, Bet365 are assholes like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But then look, if you go to the goal line, the over 3.5 is plus 107, and that also says like 2-0, right? There's no way there's going to be that they're saying that is there going to be,
Okay. I'm not
you know
putting
what
that
I mean?
extra half unit on it. We're just gonna leave it at a full unit because I don't trust Bet365. 'Cause I've had it before where I was like, what the hell? And then I texted their support and they were like, oh yeah, no, you played Asian handicap with the option to tie. You didn't pick tie. I was like,
Oh yeah.
but they won by 2. Yeah, but you have to pick they're gonna win by 2 and tie, not they're just gonna win by 2. I'm like, whatever. Bet365. They're confusing categories.
There's a We had a guy in the chat who said he jumped on Deer Engine.
Oh,
Hopefully that
good.
was hopefully that was before they scored,
Yeah,
because those are solid odds.
I hope that pans out for you because
Jacob Oxygen.
that Denanjin looks pretty good right now. They're dominating the game. I mean, yeah, Akatal is getting a lot of shots off, but Denanjin got the goal in there. They can just tighten up on defense and not let it up.
I can see. So I already bet the under at plus money. Oh, they scored again. Wow.
Who scored? Oh my god, it's 3-0. Well, you know what? At least 2-0
Yeah.
or not, F you Bet365.
Yeah, for sure.
That's okay. If I end up making some money on Nicaraguan soccer, I will go to sleep a happy man.
I think we need to just go right back to the well here. I'm going to make a small bet on the over 1.5 in this Alcatel match at minus 123.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
I agree with that. Looks like there's a lot of action there.
23 more minutes left. It's going to be, let's see, 202. It's going to be a full unit.
Hold on. Am I seeing things? Oh, okay. I never mind. I was reading that wrong. I thought the money line on Esteli was minus 138, but that's to score a fourth goal.
Yeah,
Which
keep
is
your eye on things like that, because that'll
that's what I'm saying. Like they already messed up the line once.
yeah.
You never know. 4-0. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's your that's a win for sure for you.
Yeah, and you could have had. I was even thinking about betting them to score the fourth goal at minus 168, and there you go. Wow, they just took chokehold of this game. My God, they're a strong team. So you know what? I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind for Nicaraguan soccer.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Real Esteli is great, especially at home. Madrid, not so much.
Yeah, they're definitely a fade team for sure.
On the road, absolute junk. But yeah, at least definitely like because even if Madrid doesn't score, then that's technically 2-0 from the 2-0 point. So Bet365 can shove it up their ass. They're paying me out.
Yeah, you're gonna be. There's still quite a bit of time left, but you're gonna
Oh,
be good. It looks
obviously.
like.
But yeah, they have a pretty strong chokehold on the game, I think. That wasn't that one I said where once they score the goal, they're not gonna let it up. They'll just keep rising up. See, now I'm trying to think Madrid's maybe they get that late squeaker, but then again, I don't think they're playing well enough to. Like that also requires the trying. Oh, I was gonna say no, nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Something's happening. They
Oh,
did
they
score.
scored.
Look at
There it
that.
is.
Well, there you go. What was his name? Jacob Oxygen?
Yeah, put it on the board on that over. That was easy money.
Denanjan is destroying.
Now we're rolling.
That was the one you played the one over 1.5 in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Cashed right away. The parlay is gonna cash.
Oh yeah. So what's happening now? 3-0 off the half. Off the kickoff. Is this like Rocket League where we just score on first touch?
There's also 2 games in this league tomorrow night. So yeah. Keep an eye on that tomorrow.
Oh, definitely.
I had Estrell correct score 3-0. So this 4-0 kind of hurts. But I also have Deer Angin wins 2-0 at plus 500.
Oh,
So
that's looking good.
Stays. Yeah, it'd be
What do
nice
we
if
got?
this stays.
I think there's 18 minutes, so you should be you're looking like in a good spot right now. I mean, 20 minutes is a lot of time, but it's
I don't
not.
mind playing. I don't mind playing those correct scores because, especially when in these leagues where the goals are limited, especially in South America,
Yeah.
the measure of error is way smaller than it is, say, in like Germany or wherever where there's more scoring.
Interesting. Personally, I only like to play 1-1 or 2-2 if I'm gonna play a correct score.
The biggest win that I ever was I bet England to beat Tunisia 6-1, and it was
Wow.
600 to 1, and I bet like $5 on it.
6-1.
And it
Just
hit.
cause.
That was at the World Cup, and it hit. And like I went to bed, like I fell asleep because I was like up all night handicapping, and I fell asleep. I made the bet. I bet like a fifth of a unit. I fell asleep. I woke up and I checked my account, and I had like a couple grand extra in my account, and I was just like, "What the hell?"
Oh my god, 600 to 1.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Jesus.
That's what started my whole role in the World Cup and that was just in the very beginning, like in the group stage.
Wow. England. They got wrecked by the team I like to watch. Belgium. Big Belgium fan.
Yeah, Belgium. I was looking forward to watch Belgium in the Euros. They probably would have been interesting. Same with the Netherlands.
See, I don't know about the Netherlands. They've kind of dropped off. Actually, they're starting to pick up. I see what you mean now that I think about it.
Still that whole Ajax and PSV. Their domestic league is pretty good.
Now that I think about it, they've been playing really well in the qualifiers. Before that there was a drop off.
Yeah, because they were all still really young and they didn't have international experience.
Yeah, so they lost all those players like Robin and Schneider and all those guys that are like 40 plus now. Well, look at that, making money on Nicaraguan soccer.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
We'll continue to do it. I thought it was a good idea when I saw it. I was like at 9 o'clock, 3 games happening at once. Sounds like fun to me.
Look, I'm 100%. Like, soccer is soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, I'm a firm believer that you can live bet any soccer match without knowing a single thing about the league, as long as you have common like knowledge, like you and me, about the sport. Like we have, I guess, above average knowledge is what you need, because like we just know things,
Yeah.
like those different angles that you have to really study and research to know those things. Most people who just watch soccer or don't even pay attention to it don't know those things about it. But me and you, we can look at a soccer match and say, well, in any other league, in this situation, this team would win. So why would it be any different?
Yeah, I also for me, really, I like to and like that's how I've gotten into like the Turkish league and stuff like that, just
Favorite
by
league.
checking my model against all these leagues and seeing what is closest to what my numbers say. You know what I mean? So
No, exactly.
I found Bolivia, Turkey. What else? A couple others.
I feel like Bolivia, close in location, close in alphabet, seems like a good match.
Yeah, and then the Nordic leagues like Sweden and Norway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is, but those are
Interesting.
the leagues that they have closest to like the numbers, like their expected goals and their expected goals against and all that. They reflect they reflect their those numbers the most, and that's what I pay attention to. And you look at both like your model based on expected goals, and then I also just what we've talked about before is the line indicator, right? So like a
No, exactly.
minus 150 home favorite, and I just check, how often does this team win at this spot, and how often does this team lose, right?
So many times have we seen the big favorite lose.
Yeah, because especially you can see it because the books are hesitant to make it, more than a minus 150. So it sits right around that minus 150, minus 145
Even the
spot.
short ones, like when you see plus 115 and stuff like that, that stuff scares me. Minus 106. Those are scary lines to me. I look at that and I say, do I want that team?
Yeah, and like we've seen that lots. I play those all the time. Like we saw it with Juventus against Lyon. Juventus was like a minus 118 favorite. They lost, and then in the first leg with Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, same
They
thing.
won both. I couldn't believe that. So I had 2 bets and I had a parlay going with that. And so I had Liverpool to win, Liverpool to qualify, and then on the parlay I had Liverpool to win as well. And so the parlay and the one bet end up cashing. I get early paid out when Liverpool goes up 2-0. Or no, I think no, they won the game 1-0.
Yeah.
And so I won the bet on that. And then so they go into the extra time, and all I needed was the one bet for them to qualify. I see they went up 2-0. I was like, oh, this is looking good. 5 minutes later, it's 2-2. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
And then they scored again.
At that point, I shut it off, and then I checked the final score when the game was over, and I saw 3-2, and I said, how did it collapse?
Well, it looked like as soon as Liverpool scored that second goal, Atletico was just like, we're not losing this game. We're not losing this tie. and they just throw caution to the wind. It's funny. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Best team in the world just fucking knocked out of Champions League like nothing.
Well, it might not matter now. We might not even get back to it.
I read
At this
something
point.
that UEFA was determined to finish the season and that they were extending the June 1st deadline.
Well, now that now that Euro Cup is canceled, they might have a chance. And what they'll likely do is they'll have the tournament still go on, but then also the qualifiers still go on at the same time. Like
Yeah,
the
well,
qualifiers for next year continue.
Euro Cup's not canceled, isn't it? Just like postponed to 2021 or something.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, still canceled for
I know that's
this
so. Like,
year.
I bet you the Olympics gets canceled altogether.
I mean, I think it should.
Oh,
Based on my
100%.
opinion.
Like, it's too much people crowding. But my point is, it's so disappointing because this was the year I was supposed to have Euro Cup and Olympic soccer, two international soccers to cap.
Yeah, and then also with tennis, we would have had Wimbledon. We would have had Olympic
The
tennis as
French
well.
Open, where it's just an
Yeah.
automatic bet Nadal future,
Yep. I don't.
King of
Yeah.
Clay.
But everything's canceled now. The whole clay season is canceled.
Yeah, what about Turkey? Because I know Turkey was having games up to last weekend, but they don't have anything this weekend. Did they finally cancel?
Turkey. Let me check.
Yeah, the Turkish soccer. Because I haven't heard anything
They
on them. But
still, I believe, they're postponed. They were supposed to have 2 games tomorrow, but it's
okay.
listed as postponed.
Because I was gonna say I know they were playing behind closed doors up to last weekend, and then I noticed today there wasn't games, and I said, "Oh, okay, something happened. They canceled. They caved."
I know that they closed their borders, so likely they're
See,
canceled. Yeah, canceled.
what was interesting was before the RGC, that's disappointing because that was my favorite league and it was the only one still going. But whatever, they got to do what they got to do. But Argentina, I found that interesting because before they postponed their league, River Plate, I think, was the first team. Was it River Plate or was Boca Juniors? Somebody like that. One of them was I think it was River Plate. One of them was the first team to just withdraw. They said, "We're not playing the game. We're shutting down our club for the next 2 weeks." And it was funny because at first, instead of the league saying, "Okay, let's get a meeting together and maybe talk about this issue," they fired back at River Plate and said, "If you shut your club down for the next 2 weeks, we're going to give you a heavy points deduction."
Yeah, but I think they ended up not doing that.
That's what I'm saying, because now they're postponed, right? Like a week later, they end up getting postponed. But that's interesting what their initial response was. They were kind of like Putin. "Okay, you don't want to play? We give your spot to someone else.
Yep.
Get out of here."
It's interesting in Brazil and in Argentina, they're still playing lower leagues. Some places with fans still. So
You
it's
know what?
interesting.
I
Chile as well playing, and
I
Chile has a
actually,
lot of cases.
yeah, Brazil. Aren't they still playing like their Campeonato leagues or whatever?
Yeah, the lower domestic league. Yeah,
Yeah,
Campeonato.
or whatever. There's like so many of them. I don't even
Some of
know.
them are shutting down though, like
Okay.
depending on where they are. But yeah, there is. Last Saturday I bet on a whole bunch of them, but
Actually,
it keeps dropping more and more.
I was betting on the CEV Cup the other day. It's volleyball,
Yeah, that's
but
still going.
yeah, but actually Russian volleyball is still going, but it was interesting because the CEV Cups has teams like Galatasaray in it. The match I bet
Right.
on was Lokomotiv Novosibirsk and I forget the other team, but I bet totals in volleyball. I find totals are the best way to get an angle on it. It's hard to find angles on. Usually a team is so favored.
Well, once we get out of this, and we have some quality quality volleyball going, we'll get back into that. Would have been good too, is we would have had Olympic volleyball as well.
Yeah, I see. I only cap women's volleyball, but I've kind of had to switch to men's. That's why I did the CEV Cup because like there's not much else, right? It's Russian women's or it's Russian men's, so you kind of got to do both. But normally, my favorite leagues to cap in women's volleyball is Turkey, Brazil, and Champions League. I like Turkey sports in general.
Yeah, they really have their system is really
Yes,
Americanized.
that's
All
exactly
right,
it.
so we got about 5 minutes left in these first two games, and then the Esteli game, which started a little bit later, about 9 minutes left of full time. So as of right now,
Well, I like
what do
where I
we?
look.
I have this 2-0 plus 500 spot, so that's going to
Yeah.
be a good one. And
And
then I
whether
had
Bet365 wants to screw me or not, I'm getting paid out on my 4-0 Esteli there.
oh yeah, yeah for sure. And then so based on what's on the bottom, Deer Engine Esteli parlay is likely going to cash. The under 3 is a loser. Ferretti is a loser. Both of those, but then the over 2.25, that might be a half loss, and then the both teams to score yes is also a loser. But then live, we had that parlay hit live, and then we had the over 1.5 in Deer Engine, Deportivo Ocotal. So that also cashed. And then before we go, I gave out the picks on my Twitter and on the SparkSports Twitter. So we'll recap those as well. But it's looking like we're going to be making some money off of some Nicaraguan soccer,
Oh
and
yeah.
we'll do the same. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow there's two games, and they start at 8 o'clock. If you want to be involved, AM, that would be sweet. So I'm going to be
Oh,
doing that as
buddy,
well.
I'm always here. Love me some soccer capping. I'm looking at some Angola soccer right now.
Yeah, I saw Angola is going as well tomorrow.
Just popped up on the board for me. I have it set 12 hours. I don't know any of those teams. I don't even want to try right now. Those look long. I tend to like leagues with shorter team names. Like if the name's got if the team has 3 names in it, I'm just like, no thanks. I'll go. Even in volleyball, like some of these teams, it's like I like Turkey because it's like Charleroi women, Galatasaray women, but some of these other leagues are like NVK Nova. No, it's not Novaburst, but NVK Novaburst YRT Moscow, and I'm like, why do you need all those letters in there? What do those
Yeah, it's
letters stand for?
a lot of abbreviations.
Like, where are you guys from? Moscow? Just put it. Your team name's Moscow. You're the Moscow Tigers.
Maybe we'll cap some Australian soccer tomorrow as
I
well,
wanted
because
to. I thought there was some tonight, but I guess there's
no,
not.
tomorrow night, yeah.
It's like I said, I bet on that. I live bet that game this morning that I missed last night. But luckily, I work early enough where I caught it.
Yeah, I've had a lot of success even before this betting Australian soccer, and
Yeah,
then
there's some
we'll
solid
likely.
clubs there.
Oh yeah, for
Have you
sure.
looked at the AFC
Um,
Cup? I've actually looked at a few of them in the AFC Cup. Obviously, that's probably canceled now as well. I
yeah,
would
the
think.
AFC Cup is another fun especially in the thick of the soccer schedule when you have those international competitions. It's definitely it's worth getting into. It's worth knowing who you're betting on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Australia Australia has a leg up, but there's some solid K League and J League, the Korean and Japanese leagues, which should be
yeah.
starting soon, but it looks like they're going to be on hold for a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
And then we'll probably also see some Korean baseball start up sooner than later,
Forgot
hopefully.
about that.
Yeah, those games, a lot of them, like on Saturday and Sunday, they started about 11 o'clock. So I'm
Hmm.
probably going to be doing a little bit of live betting on those as well.
South
But who
Korean
knows? We
baseball.
don't know. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of those leagues. The Korean league has a lot of scoring, a lot of like
Really?
14-9 type games. Yeah, Japan a lot of slower, a lot more of a pitchers league, but Korea a lot of high scoring games. I
Balls
planned
are
on not
juiced?
paying. I don't know. Yeah, likely yes. Yeah.
Balls are juiced. Bats are juiced, buddy. Nobody wants to talk about the juiced bat.
Yeah, I plan on not paying much attention to Major League Baseball this year, just based on
Yeah.
the cheating scandal. So
I don't even know if
I'll
anything
be,
is gonna start.
yeah, who knows? It might not start till June.
Who knows? But realistically, everybody wants to talk about the juiced ball. Did you know there was significantly less amount of broken bats last year?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know the
that's
exact
interesting.
numbers, but there was a lot less broken bats. And it makes you think, is it just the ball? I'm sure the bat has some kind of role in it. Also, the Houston Astros knowing where the pitch is going doesn't hurt either.
All right, so we got a final here. Deer Engine 2-0. So cash that plus 500 on that correct score.
Yes,
That's a big one for me.
that's good. That is it's always nice to get a correct score. Makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Like, damn, I nailed that one.
Yeah,
That's
it definitely helps when when you're tallying up your wins and losses and you have one that counts for 5 losses. So
yeah, no, exactly. Love the big plus lines.
all right, so I'm just gonna tally up my plays here.
I just
You
want
definitely
this a Stelly match to end.
I hit the under 2.25 in Deer Engine Ocotal, but I guess that's a half win and a half push.
Yes.
Still
So,
better than still
still
better
good.
than a loss.
Exactly. Still good.
Stelly minus 1.15, 1.75 was a pregame bet that I made as well, so that one cashes.
Oh, they're destroying. Could have played like -3.5 on that one.
Yeah, and then both teams to score no was minus 130, cash on that one.
Looking good.
Then the loser, I had Ferretti to win, and I had Ferretti minus a quarter. So you can't win them all, but based on how we'll see what my total was at the end here, over 2.25 in that matchup. So that was a half loss with the two. With the 2-0, and then like I said, the 2-0 is a 5-1 winner. That's a big one. Both teams to score yes, and the Ferretti Jalapa match is a loss, and then Ferretti wins 2-0 is a loss. So at the end of the day, with the picks that I gave out on Twitter, we went 6-7 plus 2.28 units, and then we cashed on that parlay, the over a half and the over 1.5, and then also I went back to the well with the over 1.5 and the Deer Engine. So a solid day.
Oh yeah, I think the live portion was real solid. It's a nice way to get a grip on those games.
Yeah, nice way to finish that. Finish the evening with, I haven't bet on much. I bet on those Cage Warriors fights last night, but besides that, I have barely been betting on anything. So
Yeah,
tomorrow we'll have some Nicaraguan soccer again.
some
So
Australian A-League as well.
yeah, we'll cap that to, that it happens at 4:30 in the morning, so we're not going to be going over it live, but we'll cap it before
Yeah,
we finish.
we'll give our opinions of the games.
So yeah. All right, I think that's it. We're gonna get out of here.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Definitely cashed on some units there, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more Spark Sports Betcast. Check us out, Spark Sports Bets, and you'll be able to find myself and AM Plus Money's handle on there. And yeah, let's keep doing this. We'll keep finding ways to make money one way or another during the prime time evening on the East Coast here. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Talk to you later.